For my presentation, I chose to do the effects of lead poisoning in humans and fish. What is lead? It's a heavy metal that is denser than most common materials, has the highest atomic number of any stable element, highly resistant to corrosion, can be easily mined and has a low cost, has 82 electrons and 82 protons. Chemical symbol is Pb. Continuation of what is lead. Lead acetate is formed by a chemical reaction of elemental lead plus acetic acid. This compound has one Pb plus 2 ion, and lead cation contains 2 CH3COO. So as lead station contains plus 2 charges, as each acetate anion has a negative 1 charge, that means that the compound lead acetate has 0 charge to it. Lead is used in most batteries, paints, pipes are a few of the uses. Lead poisoning in fish. Fish are an easy target for diseases and poisonings when lead is introduced to a body of water, like a stream or lake. It attaches itself to the gills of fish and starts to seep into the body of the fish. Another way for fish to get lead poisoning is by ingesting lead tackle. Last way for fish to get it is through their scales, as it will coat the fish and then slowly suffocate it. Major issues. At first, the fish will slow down its speed at which it travels in water. Then it will stop eating as it can't keep it down. After 3 to 4 weeks, the fish will suffocate and die. This will cause other birds and scavengers to eat the fish and continue the cycle of devastation. Lead poisoning in birds. Much like in fish, it's quite deadly to most of the birds of prey and waterfowl that tend to eat fish. It messes with their intestines and starts to upset the balance of the ecosystem. Most affected by lead is the common loon that has been repeatedly observed dying by lead poisoning for decades now. Lead poisoning in children has the effects of developmental delay, learning difficulties, irritability, loss of appetite, weight loss, sluggishness and fatigue, abdominal pain, vomiting, constipation, hearing loss, seizures. Eating things such as paint chips, items that are not food. These are the major consequences of lead poisoning in children. Lead poisoning in newborns can be born prematurely, have a lower birth weight than the average newborn, and have a delayed growth rate. Lead poisoning in adults. High blood pressure, joint and muscle pain, difficulties with memory and concentration, headache, mood disorders, reduced sperm count and abnormal sperm, miscarriage, stillbirth, or premature birth in pregnant women. A list of common sources of lead: paint, dust, soil, drinking water, air, folk medicine, children's jewelry and toys, workplace and hobbies, lead glazed ceramics, china, leaded crystal, pewter, imported candies and foods, imported foods in cans, firearms for lead shot, and consumer products. Hypothesis on how it's entering bodies. My hypothesis is that the lead is being ingested through fish's gills. The reason I say this is that the gills are the primary source of microorganisms where microorganisms live in fish. It also has the most surface area for chemical compounds to attach. In humans, I think it's being absorbed through our skin as well as we are ingesting it in our foods that are contaminated. Organs that are affected by lead. In humans, lead can cause high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, and reduced fertility. In fish, lead exposure induces synaptic damage and transmitter malfunction, which is a form of neurotoxicity. Lead exposure will also influences the immune responses in them as an immune toxicant. A specific cellular location that is affected. These interactions allow lead to affect different biological significant processes, including metal transport, energy metabolism, apoptosis, ionic conduction, self-adhesion, inter- and intracellular signaling, diverse enzymatic processes, protein maturation, and genetic regulation. Membrane ionic channels and signaling molecules seem to be one of the most relevant molecular targets contributing to lead's neurotoxicity. The developing central nervous system is particularly susceptible, as is stated in this article called Cellular Mechanisms of Lead Neurotoxicity. Metabolic processes of lead. Lead can target three areas to be in the body. The first is the bloodstream, the second is mineralizing tissues, such as bones and teeth. The third and last common way is soft tissues, such as liver, kidneys, lungs, brain, spleen, muscles, and heart. Once it's in the body, it will take a while to excrete it out. Bones and teeth are the ones that take the longest for lead to be excreted from. Conclusions. From what I have researched, lead poisoning is being addressed for the betterment of the ecosystems. We should be more careful what we use as lures and shot for fishing and hunting purposes. Lead could be a problem for many years to come, but hopefully new technology will come out and we can find better ways to clean our environment and keep lead out of fish and other wildlife. And these are the resources that I used for my presentation. Thank you.